Oh, are you sick too, not Aurora? I'm sorry. Sending you love. Thank you, guys. I have to.
Mm, but yeah. So, well, first question. Can you tell us more about your new song, Heathens?
Heathens.
Like, how do you feel about that song? Are you a heathen yourself? And, like, what is it about?
I think heathens is something people call you when you don't follow, when you don't act like people expect you to behave. And I was very inspired by, especially the women who have fought for women like us today. Because I know if we lived for 100 years ago, we would definitely have been burned on the fire. So I'm very happy that I'm living now. Though I feel like I might have been burned in a previous life. Because it makes sense. But yeah, I was just very inspired by all these people that aren't accepted by these small communities in the world, and by religion too, who try their best but they don't fit in because they're more human than the world or a religion sometimes allows you to be, or like a strict household. It's very hard. So I just wanted to make this liberating song about the beauty in just being imperfect and human. To me, the song has a very specific meaning, but I'm trying to not be too specific because I want all of you to find your own meaning. That's why I'm just saying like general things. But for me, it has really a really concentrated. No, a really. What is the name? What do you call it? We have two non-English speakers that tries to figure out. But like it's I have a really clear meaning behind it, but I don't want to tell too much because I want you all to find your own meaning. But it's one of my favorite songs for this album, or my favorite single, and it represents a lot, I think. Or it's very in tune with how the rest of the album sounds, more than Cure for Me and Giving Into the Love.
Okay, thank you. Following with your like album, what are you the most proud of for your new album? Like favorite song or favorite lyrics? What really is what are you the most proud of in this new album?
I'm very proud of a song called Artemis. That's a song that's very close to my heart. And also a song called A Little Place Called the Moon. It's the last song of the album. It's very special to me, very spiritual. It's a very important song for me, and sometimes or all the times when you write, you have this amazing feeling in you that you've made something that didn't exist before, and you've made something completely new that is yours. It's mine, and no one can take it away from me, because now that I've made it, it's here forever, until I share it with the world, and I kind of let it go, and then it belongs to all of you and me at the same time. But with A Little Place Called the Moon, I was just I got this really beautiful feeling that it's like the purest form of happiness. When you make something you just love, and you're so happy that every small thing, every coincidence or meaning, or everything you meant to happen happened, just so the song became just like this, just the way it is. And it's just the purest joy in the whole world. But I'm proud of the whole album. It's very playful. It's very strange. But I think you like it.
I'm already so excited about it. I really love Heathen and everything. Yeah. um, great. So yeah, you said that in the previous albums, you talk about how the um, the song number 8 on the album was like special. Do you have again something special about the numbers of the song for this new album?
Yes, I do. Because I guess you've noticed that I have some different albums. That
Yes.
the vinyl has a few different songs than the electronical or digital album.
Yeah.
But on the vinyl, track number 8 is the one that speaks to my soul the most.
I think it's correct me if I'm wrong, but it's The Innocent.
Well, it speaks very to what the album is about, I guess. So it's very connected to that. Oh no, and also but it's like two different things. The Innocent is very representative of what the album was inspired by, the gods we can touch. But the first track is kind of not a track, not a song. Also.
Okay.
So that changes the numbers of the song. So you guys have to figure it out for yourself.
As always. Okay. Wow. And so you're talking about the gods and goddesses of from the Greek mythology. But before making the album, did you were you thinking of other mythology like the Norse or like Filipino or I don't know other mythology?
I was thinking mostly about Greek, because a lot of European history is quite painful. You know, the Western world and everything the Western world have done against the rest of the world is very heartbreaking and very sad. So I was kind of looking for something in history from the Western world that was beautiful. And that's when I stumbled upon Greek mythology, which in many ways, you know, or Roman mythology, but it's the same thing, and it has a lot of similarities to Norwegian Norse mythology as well. But what I like about it is the wildness of it, and I like that you don't have to take God away from the earth and from the people and put him up far away. I love that you, in Greek and in Norse mythology, you have even a god, a goddess, or a creature, or a name that represents the earth, like a personification of the earth. And then I think that makes us want to treat even the earth nicer if we thought more today that the earth was a god as well, or a goddess, obviously. But I like that they didn't remove all the divine from us and from the earth, because I think the worst thing mankind ever did was to remove like God, or like this perfect divine thing, away from here and from you and from every tree, every animal and bug, and put him far, far away up there. So we forgot that we have to respect and admire everything we see around us and in ourselves just as much as we respect and admire and look up to these people we believe in up there. And I just think it's a shame. I wish we were better at just admiring and seeing like the beauty and the godness in everything here. Like
that's why the title is The God We Can Touch.
Maybe.
I guess. Okay. And so, like, while making the album, did you think of the god or goddess before making a song, or did that just came after the song was made?
Well, one of my favorite things with especially Greek mythology is that they have even a god or a goddess for the things we are ashamed of today. TC _ Aurora had a good point if you scroll up in the... No, I'm just saying there is a clue there. But yes, what was the question? Yes, my favorite thing is that they have a god and goddess for everything, even the things we are told to be ashamed of in many other cultures, which like wine and sex, and they have a god Hermaphroditus, which is my favorite one, who is half man, half woman, and kind of just nothing really, like gender fluid,
non-binary.
And yeah, but they had a god / goddess, just a divine creature that was non-binary or gender fluid all those years ago. But still today, the rest of the world haven't learned to accept that that's just the way some humans feel like, you know. And it's weird because they knew this even so many years ago, that it's, you know, it's a part of us, of our species. And it's really weird. The world is so slow in learning so many things. But yes, anyways, but I love so it was definitely the gods and goddesses, a few of them. When I started reading and learning about Greek mythology, I went really deep into it, and it's very fascinating. I love reading about things like that. And then I picked out my favorite ones and I let them inspire me.
Okay. And like, do you think maybe it's a weird question, like, do you think you've achieved your goal in this album? Like the things you wanted to say in this album, do you think you were able to do it?
I did it the best I could.
Yeah.
And I also did it, but it's also like sometimes I always let the music kind of just be what it is, you know. And often I make music I don't even understand myself. Like, I didn't understand Cure for Me at all when I first wrote it. It's so different, and it didn't make sense to me. But then it was what the song wanted to be, you know. And in some weird way, that song fits into my album. but it's a very strange. It's a very strange album, but it's playful. My only goal for this album was for it to feel playful and to feel playful myself when I made it, and just have fun and to be in like all the different moods and just play, because we need to play more in this world. So I did what I wanted, yes, but I haven't achieved my goal. Thank God, or thank the gods and goddesses, I haven't. Because making the perfect album, I think it will be album number 8. And then I think that will also be my last album.
Ooh. Okay.
Unless it's not perfect, then I have to make more. But when I make a perfect one, I can retire.
That's a nice goal. So I have a question, like, okay. in the Warrior and Widows community in France, there's a lot of us who loves Pomme. I'm one of her fans myself. That's why we were so excited to know about your collaboration on Everything Matters, and we were wondering how did the collaboration went? How was the process to work with her?
Well, I only know my side of it, but I was just sent her name and just some links to her music videos and music a long time ago, and I thought she was lovely, and she's a very lovely woman and human. I really adore her. And then we just got in contact. I think our teams wanted to connect us or something, I don't know, but then we just took the matter in our own hands. And we got good friends, and we haven't met in real life yet, so I'm really excited to meet her one day. But we've talked on like Skype and stuff. But she's brilliant. I really, really adore her, and you know, I'm really inspired by France. There is something so poetic about France, because you know, my last album I also kind of recorded in France, and this album now I recorded in a small castle in Norway, in Rosendale it's called. Incredibly beautiful, and you're allowed to visit there, by the way. It's a place that you can actually go and see if any of my weirdos or warriors want to go there one day and see where I made this album, The Gods We Can Touch.
Next time I'm in Norway. Yeah.
It's open to, it's only 2 hours by a boat. You can take like a big boat, and then you sit on it for 2 hours, and then you're there. But that castle has a French history as well. A guy called Marcus Gerard, who lived there a long time ago, 400, 300 years ago. And he was a lover of art and music. And inside the castle, he has a statue of both Artemis and Apollon, which are Greek gods. So it was very, very perfect. And I ate French food for a whole month by a French cook. So I was kind of in France this time as well, even though I was in Norway.
Again?
Yes, but also to like honor the history of the castle by inviting a French artist that I admire today, and that was Pomme.
I'm pretty sure there's so many questions also on there.
I know.
Oh yeah, I had. Okay. There's so many questions about like when you're going to be back in other countries. So I thought maybe we could like brainstorm again on all of the countries you're going to visit next year.
I know. I know I'm going quite, or I think we have quite a lot of touring planned. So I think I'm going to be visiting quite a lot of countries. Of course, we are still working out all the stuff with like the virus, and you know, it's so much harder to plan a tour now than before the virus. There's a lot of work for a lot of people, poor people, but I have a really good team, and they're amazing. But it's complicated now, way more complicated to plan a tour than it used to be. But I hope, if everything goes as planned, that I can go to all the countries that I have in my calendar, which are quite many. I don't want to say any yet in case we have to cancel some, because I don't want to disappoint people, because that's so sad. But we're coming to quite a lot of new places as well.
There's a lot of Europe and America.
Yes, but also I hope more in like East Asia, and more in South America. And I would love to go to South Africa as well. No, there's a lot of places yet to visit. and Indonesia as well. Yes, and the Philippines. So many places, and India. Yeah, it's very. My goal in life is to definitely visit all the places in the world
Yes.
if I can, and see all my fans, my warriors, my dear warriors.
So when you'll be touring, I guess you'll be playing some of your new songs. But like, how are you going to, how to say it? Like, plan your track list, and what older songs are you gonna keep, and how you, or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet, because it's very emotional, you know. Sometimes
Mm.
it's day to day. Sometimes I just feel like, oh, I have to sing this song, or I can never sing this song. I know that from the songs you've heard, I'm gonna play quite a lot of the songs from the album, because I think a lot of them will be very fun. I know I can do Heathens, because Heathens is very hard to sing, because you have to sing the whole chorus in one breath. So it's very like, but the Vivo thing was just the first take. We did one take, me and the dancers. We didn't rehearse even, and it went okay. So I think I can do that live. And Giving Into the Love is very fun live. And I love singing Exist for Love as well, because it feels like singing a love song to all my warriors. Like, it's very nice to say those words and look at actual people and tell them that you love them. You know, it's very beautiful. But I will never stop like singing. At least I know for sure I will never stop singing songs like Murder Song and Runaway and Queendom and Running with the Wolves and Warrior, and songs like that. Like, there are a few songs I will never take off, because I love the atmosphere that happens. And also All Is Soft Inside. I always play that live because I love playing it.
Thank you.
And The Seed, of course, also I will sing. It's very hard. I'm getting so many songs now, so it's hard to make a set list. But I will try to like change it up a bit, so in case fans come to many shows, they will maybe have, you know, some difference. So I'm gonna try to like do it as best as I can.
You're gonna have to make a 3-hour-long show to fit everything. Okay. That's a lot of questions already.
But I'm very excited for next year. I'm planning a very exciting visual world, so it's gonna be a very new thing.
Oh yeah, I had a question about that. Because like during your most recent shows, even photo shoots, you've been wearing a lot of, not like different dresses, but like more unique dresses. Is it like your new aesthetic for this era?
Well,
Like,
I don't know. I just feel like dressing up like a goddess, and just feeling very like, it's very random with me. I don't plan things so much. But I'm very in tune with myself. So when this album is out and with the music, it's very clear to me that what I feel like doing. You know, I'm often very coordinated with myself, but I just do what feels right mostly, and I still do the same. Like, everything I wear is mostly vintage clothes, or like from charity shops, or me and my sister make them. She can't make as much anymore because she's a busy woman now. She's a mother.
yeah, she's a baby.
But it's like, it's the same thing, because I want to, as long as I can, try to just continue. I don't know. It's weird when all singers and famous people end up only wearing all the expensive clothes. I sometimes have to wear them for photo shoots, which I don't like. That's why I look so sad in all the pictures for photo shoots where I have to wear like brand